Hey guys. So, I wanted to give you guys a little story time about my sobriety from start to finish. Um, so, about 5 years ago, I was in a very abusive relationship. Like, mentally, physically, emotionally, you name it. This person broke me all the way down to the ground, shattered me into a million pieces. Um, I had already been through trauma. I had already been trying to figure things out with myself. At least that's what I thought I was doing. Um, After I left that relationship, after God gave me the strength to leave that relationship, I turned to alcohol. And I think it was more of like that person was very controlling, so I wasn't able to do anything. So when I got out of it, I wanted to do everything, not knowing that everything that I wanted to do was bad for me. So I was a waitress at a restaurant during the day, and then at night I worked at a bar. So, as we all know, you work at a bar, you're the bartender, everything's free. Drinks, people buy up to from working there to people buying you, your drinks, offering you shots, offering you beer. So slowly but surely I started to get really, really bad. And it got so bad that in my head, I thought I was okay, right? Because I'm a single mom, or I was a single mom of 4 kids. And in my head, my kids are in school every day. I pick them up, I drop them off, I feed them, I clothe them, I bathe them. And I still was working 2 jobs. So in my head, I was doing good. In my head, I had it under control. So here I was drinking from going from an occasional drink to drinking every single night. I would come home drunk out of my mind. It started from just beer to beer and shots, from beer and shots to just shots. Like shooters and shots, that's all I wanted. I just wanted the quickest way to not think of it. But at the end of the night, every night, I went home alone. My kids were asleep. I would sit in my bathroom and just cry. And just cry, but not cry out to God. Just cry and think about everything, but not cry and give it to God. So I would cry so much, I would cry myself to sleep every night. Wake up the next day, do it all over again. When I started to notice it was bad was when my kids started to say, "Hey mom, remember that time you were drunk? Hey mom, remember that one time you were drinking?" That's when I started to realize, like, my babies shouldn't be having these memories of me. Their memory shouldn't be when mommy was drunk or mommy was passed out or mommy lost control and beat someone up. Like, this shouldn't have been that. And so that was the first time I realized, like, I need to stop. But I was so far in and surrounded by all these people that were doing the exact same thing that I was doing that it was hard. It was hard. It was hard to think that I would be doing anything else. It was hard to think that I could do anything else, right? And it wasn't until Andrew walked in. Now, Andrew is my husband now. When I tell you I love that man, I love him so much. Everything that I have today and where I'm at today is because of God. But God knew exactly what he was doing when Andrew walked into that bar one day. So I was working, Andrew walks in, introduces himself. I looked at him like, you do not belong here. If you guys know my husband, you just see him and you would know. And he's like, introduces himself, and long story short, he showed up every single day on his lunch to come eat with me, bring me food, talk with me. He would drink as well. He's actually a recovering alcoholic. He is 3 years sober. I'm so proud of him. And so back then we were drinking. That's how we met. And you can tell he just wanted a friend. And I think he can tell that I needed one. So we went a year just kind of drinking, hanging out until and it was funny. Let me just say one memory I do have of him. I remember one time we were sitting in his apartment and we were drinking, and he pulls out the Bible. We're drinking. We're having beers, we're talking, we're having a deep conversation, and he breaks out the Bible. And he just starts reading it. And I'm looking at him like, I don't think you're supposed to do it that way. Like, I don't think you're supposed to be drinking and reading the Bible. But Andrew knew what he was doing. What I didn't know was that Andrew was trying to do the right thing, but had this addiction. And at that time, I didn't understand addiction until I met this man. So I didn't judge him because Andrew always knew what he was doing. Andrew showed up to work every day. Andrew did his job. But in my head, right, and mind you, because I was working and drinking too, I was like, we're good. Can't nobody tell us nothing. We were fighting our demons, right? And he had big ones. And so one day he decides that he's going to go sober. And apparently, I guess he had made that decision several times in his lifetime and never actually did it. So I was just like, yeah, we all say we're going to go sober, right? Didn't really think nothing of it. He goes sober. 2 months after he goes sober, he tells me, I'm in love with you. I want to be with you. But me, the broken me, was like, there's absolutely no way you're in love with me. You just like what you see. You just want something. No, you can't. We're friends. We're only friends, and we're only ever going to be friends. And the reason why I thought that way is because as a child, and when I say a child, I mean a child, I had a very abusive aunt. And she would constantly drill into my head that men, guys, boys were only going to want me for one thing. That I was only ever going to be good enough for one thing. So you're drilled that into you as a kid. Imagine being an adult. Imagine being a teenager. And your thought process is like, no, that person wants this. That person only wants that. Never fully being able to accept love because you didn't even love yourself. So I didn't take him serious. I was like, dude, yeah, right. I lost my Nana. And the one person that was there for me was Andrew. I was drunk. I was crying drunk. I was all over the place. And he was there every single time. Mind you, I was drinking heavily. He had went sober. Didn't even bat an eye. Didn't drink with me, but didn't stop me. And not because he didn't want to, but because we have to want these things on our own. Nobody can force us to do these things. We have to want it, right? But he was willing to be there through that process. I'm telling you, God blessed me with this man because the patience he had for me, the love, the understanding, the acceptance, something I never got from anyone. If I did, it was pieces here and there from different people, never in one person. So here he is telling me he wants to be with me, and I'm just like, there's no way. I'm broken. Look at me. I'm a mess. I'm all tatted. I look crazy. I act crazy. I drink like a grown man. Like, there's no, right? Denial, until one day God spoke to me and he said, this is your man. This is your person. This man is in your life for a reason. And for the first 3 years, I fought it. Like, I accepted it in a sense, but I still fought. I was still, with my messed up mind, I was in my head, I'm like, at any moment, he's going to tell me there's a catch. At any moment, it's going to come out. At any moment, he's going to be like, no, I'm just kidding. And despite all of the trials and all of everything that we went through together, never. We separated a couple times, and he still never went anywhere. I just couldn't understand it. And I would yell at him and cry at him and tell him, like, what do you want from me? Like, what is it that you see in me? Because I don't see it. And he's the one that brought me back to church. He's the one that told me we need God. We need him. We need it. We need him. We need to accept him, and that's the only way that we're going to be able to accept each other. Accept this love and let it grow. That was the best decision I ever made. 6 months ago, I fully gave myself to God. Fully. And it was like this pull on my heart. Like somebody was just pulling me, and I cannot describe it any other way. Pulling me to go to church. So much that I was seeking more of him. I reached out to the sisters of the church. Hey, is there Bible study? Is there something? Like, I need something. Something's telling me that I need this, and I need to go further with this. I now go to my Bible studies every Tuesday, and I show up an hour early for church to meet with another sister for a devotional. Like, when I tell you I needed this, I needed it. And I didn't understand until I allowed God into my life. Until I let him come and just take over me. I wanted to be with Andrew so bad. But I couldn't accept myself from my own flaws. I couldn't get over the type of person that I was and the type of person that he was. And I couldn't even fathom how that was going to work. So something told me, and everybody and everything that we came across was like, seek God. You need to want him in order for all of this to work. You need to love and accept me the way that I love and accept you. That right there, just going all these years with who would want me, who can accept me, who's gonna love me. Realizing that God is, he loves me and he accepts me of all my past and all my wrongdoings and all of my sins. And when I let go and I let God, he gave me Andrew. And Andrew has literally been the best thing that's ever happened to me, to my kids, to my life, to my walk with God. Constantly reminding me, constantly telling me we need to thank him. It's because of him. And now, because I'm so in love with my life, I'm so in love with God, I don't even think about my past. I think about it and I'm like, dang, that was me. Like, I go back on videos and pictures and I'm like, wow, that was me. Like, and I can't even picture it now. Like, I'm just like, that's not me no more. I went from this is me, that was me, to that's not me. This is me. This is me right now. I'm a child of God and I was saved. That right there. Like, anytime you think nothing's gonna work, it's impossible. I'm just broken and that's just it. Look for God. Look for him. Seek him. Call out to him. Pray. Yell. Scream. Cry. But cry out to him. Because I'm telling you guys right now, this feels amazing. Like, it feels amazing to be loved and to love. It feels amazing. And I just can't wait to see what else he has. So my whole point of that, the whole point that I was getting to was that I drank because I made it an excuse to deal with the things that I was dealing with. And then I found God. And now whatever I go through and whatever I deal with, I call on him rather than going and drinking. And the feeling's amazing. And I pray this feeling on everybody, on everyone, because to be able to love and accept love and just know that the reason for that is because God loved us first. And I thank God every day. My wedding was this past weekend and I remember every bit of it. And all the glory be to God.